Hey guys, in the previous video you had a question where you had to calculate the relative atomic mass of the two isotopes given their percentage abundances. In this question though, we're going to look at a situation where we need to get the percentage of each isotope present. So let's read the question here. Copper exists as two isotopes, Cu63 and Cu65. Given that the average relative atomic mass of copper is 63.55, determine the percentage of each isotope present. So let's look at this question in detail. So we don't know what the percentages are of both the isotopes. So what we could do is we could say let X be the percentage isotope of copper 63. I like to use X next to the smallest number or the first one, which is copper 63, and all percentages add up to 100. So if one is X, therefore the other one would be 100 minus X, which is the percentage abundance of copper 65. The next thing we need to do is we're going to use the same equation that we used to find the relative atomic mass. So that's X over 100, because all percentages have to be over 100, times 63 plus 100 minus X over 100 times 65 here is equal to 63.55. So now that becomes a fractional equation, and what you now need to do is, as you can see from my arrows, what we're now doing is we're doing algebraic expansion. So 63 times X becomes 63X, and then 100 minus X times 65 becomes 6,500 minus 65X, and that's equal to 63.55. All of them is equal to 100 because obviously that's the lowest common multiple, which is 100. The next thing you need to do is, there's different ways of working through, but what I like to do is I like to cross multiply. So you go 100 times 63.55. So eventually what you get is 63x plus 6,500 minus 65x equals that. So what we've done is we've now got a fractional equation into a linear equation. And the next thing we now need to do is to group the like and the unlike terms. So if you see here, that 63x minus 65x equals 6355, and that I move it over the equal sign. You guys know that when you move a number over the equal sign, its sign changes. So that was positive 6,500. Now that becomes negative 6,500, and 63x minus 65x is negative 2x, and that equals negative 145. And all we need to do now is divide it by negative 2. Whatever you do on your left hand side, you got to make sure you do it on the right hand side. So x therefore becomes 72.5, and 100 minus x is 100 minus 72.5, which is 27.5. Therefore your final answer is the percentage abundance of copper 63 is 72.5, and the percentage abundance of copper 65 is 27.5%. Most students make the mistake of not putting this as 100 minus x. You got to remember the maximum percentage is 100, so you got to subtract that. The other mistake students make is failing to expand, like in this situation, or cross multiply. All right, and then the last mistake students tend to make is they find the percentage of one isotope and forget about the other one. So please make sure that you're thorough with this step. I'm more than happy to explain further based on your request. Thank you. Bye now.